octopus's robotic arms. Okay, why do these things have artificial intelligence? I mean, what's the point? It's like giving AI to one of those robotic arms you get at the toy store. There's no need for it. You push a button, it grabs stuff. Easy.
Couldn't that make you vulnerable to them?
How right you are. Which is why I developed this inhibitor chip to protect my higher brain function. It means I maintain control of these arms, instead of them controlling me.
And even then, how far does the AI go? In the movie, the AI convinces him to finish the experiment by robbing banks, killing doctors, and hanging old ladies out of tall buildings.
Butterfingers.
What crazy, fucked up idiot invented these things? Oh yeah, the crazy, fucked up idiot who stole the idol from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I guess he sort of had it coming. But yeah, just to make it even goofier, the arms actually talk to him. Yeah, they don't say words, but they actually do talk to him. It's like a mechanical version of Lamb Chop Sing-Along.
Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was.
What the hell do you think those things are even saying to him anyway? Hello, Octi, what do you think we should do today?
Rob a bank.
It's a little dark for you, isn't it?
Rob a bank!
Okay! Hell, the arms even scream with him when he finds out everything's gone wrong. Yeah, there's pseudoscience and then there's so-so science. And this is just silly. You know, I sort of miss my wife.
Fuck her!
Okay! Fuck her. Number 4. The dialogue from Spider-Man 1. David Koepp is one of Hollywood's most famous writers. He's written big hits like Jurassic Park, Death Becomes Her, and Panic Room. But he's also written some major stinkers like War of the Worlds, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and The Lost World. To me, he seems like a better storyman than he does a dialogue writer. And this really shows in Spider-Man. The story is actually pretty well paced and put together. Dialogue, on the other hand...
When she got out of the car and you saw her for the first time, you grabbed me and said, Aunt May? Aunt May? Is that an angel?
Are you an angel?
Ugh.
You have a knack for saving my life. I think I have a superhero stalker.
Did I really just hear that?
What about my generous proposal? Are you in or are you out? It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind.
Okay, that's just straight up Adam West territory. Even on the commentary, you can hear Kristen Dunst make fun of it.
That's such a cheese line.
You out, Gobby. That's mine.
Jameson, you slime.
Slime? Really? He just called him slime? That's an insult that's still being used? In fact, was it ever being used?
We'll meet again, Spider-Man!
Jesus, this is sounding like, well, a comic book. Which, yeah, obviously it's based on a comic book, maybe that was the idea, but it's supposed to be a movie first. And a movie for adults, for that matter. These are sounding like lines you hear from a Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Join me, Turtles. Are you in or are you out?
Hey, you're the one who's out, Chrome Dome. Out of your mind. Yeah, cowabunga. I'm funny. How about that painfully forced scene with the New Yorker standing triumphant against... well, a flying green goblin.
You mess with Spider, you mess with New York! You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us!
It was after 9/11, folks. We really felt that spirit, even though it was a little corny. Sorry. Well, there's no denying that the lines in this movie certainly sound like a comic book. I just wish it didn't sound like a 1960s comic book.
It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind.
Oh, that sucks.
Number 3. Emo Peter. Yeah, y'all knew this was coming. Emo Peter has got to be one of the most hated aspects of Spider-Man 3. If not all the Spider-Man movies. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't understand why. Again, when I did read Spider-Man, I dug the stuff with the alien suit. In fact, that's one of the only Spider-Man collections I have. I knew the story. Peter is supposed to be tortured by the suit, the same way a crack addict is, or Gollum was from Lord of the Rings. It's one of those tragic attractions that just kept killing him. And it was good. It was a good story. While that was tragic, though, Peter goes more for comedy. And it's just geeky. I know that's weird me saying that, but it's just geeky. I mean, yeah, he's a geek. I got that, but this is pushing it. If they went for a more serious route, this movie could have actually been more effective. But when you see him dancing like that and acting so goofy, it's hard to get sucked into the torment he's supposed to be feeling. He doesn't have to dress different or comb his hair down. Frodo didn't need to do that. The people in Requiem for a Dream didn't need to do that. They don't need to look that way, they just need to act that way. Just show the serious side of the addiction. A little comedy's okay, but this is borderline Edward territory. When he does finally act mean and crazy, it's not really believable. Except maybe the stuff with the Sandman, but that's identifiable. He killed his uncle. That and he can't see the hair combed in front of his mask. But trust me, if he could, he would. And on a side note, I was really looking forward to that dream sequence done in the comic. Especially if Sam Raimi was doing it. It was in the comic, it was even in the cartoon. It'd be a fitting way to show the struggle that was going on in Pete's head. But nope, we got chocolate chip cookies and milk. Badass. Number 2. Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. When I heard Willem Dafoe was going to be the Green Goblin, I was hyped. I was like, oh yeah, that's the perfect choice, no question about it. But when he goes over the top, he really goes over the top.
So many good things all happening for you, all for you.
I guess that fucking costume didn't help much either. Did you ever see the original designs? They were actually pretty creative and awesome. And yet this is what they went with? No wonder he turned in the performance he did.
Think about it, hero!
The acting is traditional over-the-top Jekyll and Hyde. He changes his voice, makes big creepy faces, and plays innocent and meek when he has to confront his other self. Of course, every time you saw him on screen before the transformation, he was a threatening and demanding person. But as soon as he has to act against himself, he's a frightened, scared little bird.
You killed them. We killed them. We? Remember?
It's a trick actors love to use, overcompensating one side to make the other side look more threatening. It looks silly, but it looks silly.
Imagine if he joined us.
I'm also shocked that this guy uses gas in a building miles high where the wind can blow it away. And on top of that, he actually says sleep. Sleep. Don't you love it when you attack somebody, how you tell them to be attacked?
Hey, what can I do for you? You will please be unconscious.
And what the hell was that sound? What, was he passing gas while passing gas? Sleep. Every time he was on screen, I didn't know how people didn't just burst out into laughing. I mean, look at this moment.
We can destroy him.
I can't.
Betrayal must not be countenanced.
It's a fucking Walmart mask on a chair. Was this really supposed to be threatening?
Make him wish he were dead.
Yes.
And then grant his wish.
But how?
You're a dirty little kitty, aren't you? He does everything over-the-top villains do. He laughs, he says cliched lines, he even sings.
Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
When will the overacting ever stop? How about that scene where he makes Peter's aunt finish the prayer? That's... I don't know what that is.
Finish it! Finish it!
Tonight on America's Funniest Prayer Recitals. But the weirdest moment, and isn't that saying a great deal, is when they're on the rooftop and they're just talking.
Well, to each his own. I chose my path, you chose the way of the hero. And they found you amusing for a while.
No, nobody can have a conversation wearing these costumes. It's just impossible. One of you has to laugh.
I could squash you like a bug right now.
I know I lost it when I saw the Green Goblin do this.
Here's the real truth.
That has got to be the silliest image ever. Is he trying to act like he's just at the water cooler? Hey, Spider-Man, yo, rap with me, brother. Not to say I don't have fun watching him, because I do, but if it's supposed to be taken seriously, well, I think the Green Goblin put it best.
Misery, 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 that's what you've chosen.
And the number one dumbest Spider-Man moment is... the dance scene. Yeah, I may like Spider-Man 3, but anyone can tell you that this is the dumbest thing ever. It breaks the mood. It changes everything. It sucks out any amount of seriousness you were going for. Let me tell you, when people saw this poster and they saw this trailer, this is not what they were expecting to see. This is straight up Jerry Lewis, right out of The Nutty Professor. Even by Spider-Man movie standards, this is too silly. It's like if Superman got on stage and tap danced, or if Wolverine went to a burlesque and did the can-can, or if... No! That did not happen! But what bothered me personally about this scene is the scene that follows. We go from something so silly and so over the top to Peter hitting his girlfriend and then crouched over a church. Now obviously, this is your big emotional moment of the movie. But a few seconds ago, it was followed by this. That doesn't work. You can't throw all those things together one after another. I'm a monster. I mean, look at this. If I just showed you this without any context, would you ever guess that this was from a Spider-Man movie? No, you'd say it was an outtake from the movie Chicago. Except even Chicago wouldn't be this silly. For many people, this is what killed Spider-Man 3 for them. This was the step that went too far. They could survive some of the plot holes, they could even survive Emo Peter, but they couldn't survive this. It was too cartoony, too out of nowhere, and too far removed from anything that people would consider Spider-Man. So yeah, Spider-Man 3 has the absolute worst moment of all the movies, but does that mean it deserves to be shunned away from the others? Why was this one deemed so terrible when the other two had silly moments as well? My thought is it's one of two reasons. Either audiences were finally sick of all the silliness and wanted a more grown-up comic book movie. Thank you! Or maybe Sam Raimi pushed the boundaries of what he could get away with and simply went too far. I personally would like to see a more serious Spider-Man movie made. I know Sam Raimi can direct serious films, I mean really good ones. So I guess I was a little disappointed when I saw the tone these movies were going for. But when I calmed down, I did see the hard work that was put into them and how a lot of the issues they discussed do still hold up. Like I said though, I just wouldn't take it too seriously. It's goofy fun action that actually does have some dramatic moments every once in a while. They're not masterpieces, but I don't think they're supposed to be. They're just silly comic book movies, nothing more. I keep hearing they're gonna do a reboot of these movies, and I have to be honest, I'm pretty curious to see them. Maybe the new films will find that more serious road, which I'll admit is a challenge. Costumed heroes are hard to take seriously, but movies have shown that it not only can be done, but it can be done very well. And until that reboot comes out, I'm gonna enjoy all the silliness and over-the-top scenes that these movies have to offer. Every web-slinging minute of it. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember it? So you don't have to.
Finish it! Finish it!